Hey there, this is Jenny Venn, Creative Director and Designer of the Public Artist Toolkit for the City of Wichita and Harvester Arts. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to edit your images for submission to your artist portfolio on CaFÉ, the call for entries website where you will apply to City of Wichita RFQs and RFPs. The easiest way to do this is using Adobe Express. It's a free web-based platform. If you have an Adobe Creative Cloud membership, then you also will be a premium member here. But it is free, and everything I'm showing you to do today is also free. You don't need a membership or subscription for that. So before we get started, I do want to show you the artist upload requirements in CaFÉ. So this is if we're adding new media to our portfolio. It tells us it needs to be a JPEG, and needs to be under 5 megabytes, and a minimum of 1200 pixels. You can shoot your artist photos of your artwork using an iPhone, an Android phone. If it's a handful of years old, it's going to take a pretty good picture. Make sure you're shooting in natural light. Make sure there's not stuff in the background to distract. Make sure you're not getting a lot of glare. Also, make sure it's straight on. It's not skewed or bent. The one thing important to know is that when you take a photo on an iPhone, it's actually going to be the proprietary file type of Apple. So you'll need to upload it to Adobe Express to be able to shift it over to a JPEG. So now that we know this information, we can come back to Adobe Express. I've selected an image for us to use as a test sample here, and you'll see why in a second. So from the Adobe Express homepage, we're going to click Resize Image. And then we're going to drag and drop our image here or click to select it from where it is on our homepage. Now, a couple of reasons why I picked this image. Let me first say this is an image I've downloaded from Pexels. It is royalty free. I don't own the copyright to it. For educational purposes, we can use it here though. I wanted to share this one because there's just a lot of visual information. Our focus needs to be the sculpture. So it also, do you see how it's a little bit dark and overcast from the sky? We want to fix that. So I'm going to zoom in. And when you zoom in, it's always going to orient bottom left. So we want to drag this using the rule of thirds to really make our sculpture the focal point here. And when you drag and drop, you have to let go for it to scale. So keep that in mind. So I'm definitely on the center line here. And honestly, I could zoom out a little bit and be okay. So use your best judgment and your artistic eye here to really make this the focal point. I don't mind that this is getting kind of close because realistically, we're getting a good zoom in crop of the sculpture. On our size over here, we're really good at 3.2 megabytes. If you wanted to scale this or needed to scale it, make sure that the lock is clicked here so that it scales in ratio. And then you're actually going to type on your longest side 1200 pixels. This is the minimum that they'll accept. And notice when I did that, it zoomed out. So I'm going to zoom us back in and fix that. I should have done that first, actually, but that's good for you to see. And I'm a little bit too far zoomed out in there. This is good. This is good. Okay. There we go. Now I'm at my right pixel count. I'm under 5 megabytes. It's also still dark. So now that I have this done, I'm actually going to click Open in Editor, and that's going to let me color correct things. So here's my image now that we've cropped it. To color correct, what you're going to do is actually come over here to the left and you're going to click Adjust. And you'll notice this has some just very simple adjustment tools. If you're doing this in Photoshop, you have a lot more that you can work with in levels, etc. But on a very basic level, we know that we need to add some brightness to this image. This right here is helping a lot. So we also know that the contrast is kind of okay. So I think we're okay to leave that there. You can always go backwards in here. So test things out because you want to make sure it's not too washed out. So once we have this, and also too, do we want to add some saturation? Do we want to move some saturation? This, because being a web-based tool and being Adobe, I'll tell you, they do a pretty good job of having things set to the defaults being really helpful. But you can see over here, just like really kind of adding some shadow work for contrast and like brightening things up. It's really helping us focus on this sculpture here more so than we were before. Once you are done with that, all you have to do is come up here and click download. Now, notice this is wanting to save it as a PNG. CaFÉ requires a JPEG. So click JPEG and then click download. And it's going to save on your computer where you save your files, and you can upload it to CaFÉ from there. That's it. I can't wait to see what you guys create and submit.